ꯍꯧꯗꯣꯏꯕ Players of 16 districts of the state will take part in the games organized by Manipur Olympic Games Organizing Committee with the assistance of Youth Affairs and Sports Department under the aegis of Manipur Olympic Association MOA. Chief Patron of the Organizing Committee, Chief Minister N. Biren, YAS Minister Govindas Konthausam, Power Minister T.H. Bishwajit, President of MOA, MLA T.H. Radeshyam, Vice Chairman of the Organizing Committee, Nishikant Sapam, MLA Thangjam Arun Kumar, graced the inaugural ceremony as Presidium members. Delivering the inaugural address, Governor Laganation said it is a huge achievement that the Games is being organized with participation of 6,000 sports persons in 34 sports disciplines, including indigenous games and sports. Youth of the state excel in the field of sports because of their physique, hard work and discipline, he noted. The governor recounted that clubs in subdivisions of the state are not only well managed, but also take active role in promotion of sports and physical activities, and added that if infrastructure of the clubs in rural areas are developed and incentives are provided, many more talented sports persons can be produced in the years to come. He further said Manipur has been leading a state in the northeast in the field of sports by producing 10 Olympians, 24 Asian Games medalists, 27 Commonwealth Games medalists, among other national level awardees. For this reason, the small state of Manipur is known as the sports powerhouse of India, the governor commended.
That the Manipur Olympic Association is making all possible efforts to promote sports in the organization of this mega event in the interest of sports persons of the state. And it is a great event and opportunity for the sports fraternity from different parts of the state to come together to showcase the enough talents that each and every individual has as a sportsman and a woman. Or as you are all well aware, the Northeast is slowly inching up in the field of sports. And I am glad to say, with Manipur leading in the region, today this our state, though comparing to other states we are small, we can be proud, say that we have produced 19 Olympians.
Chief Minister N. Biren, who graced the inaugural ceremony as the president, said the second Manipur Olympic Games is organized with an objective of bringing a new step towards promoting sports after a long halt since 1988. He announced that the Games will be held every year without interruption by including fund in the yearly budget. He further said the Games will be renamed as Manipur State Games from next year and will be held as a grand cultural cum sports festival. He said there is no religion, community, class or creed in sports, and added that it is for this reason the Games are being organized unitedly. Chief Minister N. Biren further expressed the need for all to emulate the sacrificial and forgiving nature of the sports persons.
Ngasi pangthoiba state games Manipur Olympic Games se hoi mathang sahi dagi di state Manipur state games an olak yai hairiba masi se koi sahi khudingi pangthok na bagi damakta budget tongan en extra paisa thammagani haibasi mai mayam na thamjage maram di sports da akhoi dharma leite sports da dharma gi khena leite sports da kanglop gi khena leite jati gi khena leite koi punamak amatani haibagi wakhal da laiba dung sports ki spirit ni aduna Manipur gumba jati kaya na pullaga laiba koi sidadi sugumba sports ase mathang da dei Manipur Olympic Association ge president so request woni the festive mood not only in sports ekoi gi cultural troops sing ju yahol kanda mathang da gi di yamna soba ekoi gi festival amoina sports festival amoina pangthok se na maina ekoi hanabani maduma pangthok pa ngamba ekoi kohensi ekoi mayam pullakanda.
Member of Rajya Sabha King Sanajauba Leshemba has cautioned people of the state to use the Manipur flag hoisted by erstwhile King Maharaja Bodhachandra on this day in 1947 when Manipur got freedom from the British colonial rule rightly. He further asserted that using the flag as a symbol to represent anti-nationalism will devalue the flag. King Sanajauba was speaking at the 76th Laining Ngak Senba Numit and Malem Pafal Chinkhatpaga ritual on the 29th day of the month of Tawan in Manipuri lunar calendar at the sacred Kangla today. The ritual was jointly organized by Kangla Pamtho Humpu Mari Semgat Loop and Indigenous Youth Association of Kanglei Park. Speaking further, Sanajauba said King Bodhachandra hoisted the flag of Manipur Malem Pafal on 29th day of the month of Tawan in 1947 when the British freed Manipur and made several announcements to the people of Manipur on this day. The announcement included that people of the state will be free to preach, practice and propagate any religion of their choice. The division between the people of the hills and valley will be restored and untouchability will be abolished, thereby permitting inter-community marriage and the publication of newspapers, books in Manipuri language and script which was earlier banned by the British will be allowed among others. Sanajauba continued that normalcy was restored in Manipur on this day in 1947 after years in chaos. He further called upon the people to visit the royal palace every Sunday between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. to discuss or give advice and suggestions on religion and culture, adding that the participation from the people who desire to promote and protect the culture and tradition of the state will aid in building the true identity of Manipur. Sanajauba further appealed to the people of the state to unitedly protect the culture and tradition of the state.
Ngasidagidi akoigi lamdam sida lairiba kangupur punamangna mana pamjaba lining laison aduga sigi lining sidi puthokpa yaroi sigi lining si chatpa yaroi kaina akoigi namsalaga lairamba mayamdo ngasidagidi loina ningtamna nangi apama nangna ningjaba nasagi lining lisatto madaiduda hanjinjaro ngasidagidi kanaguma tegi ayatpa panba leitre haibasinu Mr. Laupukpiki matamtuda akoigi khunai sida akoigi mangi sengi madi aduni madi adani haina tawga akoigi amna palma Yamam Lembase, Mase, Nasidagi de Dugumba, Amaga Sonabaya, Samnabaya de, Adagi Mangi Sangi, Amatalero, me Kudimak, Sapmanana, Akogi, Adumba, Wakalo, Amatalate, Hingadavani, Hibasishu, Mana, Akogi, eating thousand Laupo Pyramid.
Resuming the protest demanding the inclusion of Meitei in the Scheduled Tribe list of the Indian Constitution, Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee of Manipur (STDCM) staged sit-in at Imayum Zaulai Rembi Sanglan at Kaisampat Junction today. Leaders of civil society organizations of the state, students and women organizations took part in the sit-in. Speaking on the occasion, General Secretary of STDCM K. Bogendrajit said the protest demonstration was staged as announced by the Executive Committee of STDCM on August 24. He urged the government to take step understanding the sentiment of the people and maintain that further silence of the government may invite more intense agitation from the people leading to unwanted incidents. Bogendrajit further pressurized the government to acknowledge the democratic agitation of the people and take up necessary steps in the interest of the indigenous.
Government akoigi yelomai maitai gi ST list challoina taliba demand se khangsin nadana namsin dana kuina leibasi tawbigano miyam gi ulchi khangna thu da tawbiu angang sing maru ena narol pen da ba khangwa ngam da bi se su lakani soidana matom da toning da batawdo makal maka blockade na singba or strike na singba mayam la pa adu lanjaning te maru ena koi san jing na litawne koi democratic principle thajaba kona democratic approach thajaba dugumba duna so far koi na yam peacefully ga tawni ngasi maksu koi yam peacefully Sinin protest hugdupuni Maitai scheduled tribe list constitution ni makada yaubai bise ma concerned state government has the Manipur government tareko Manipur government recommend to gunsange recommend to baibudi aribudi manji chume Maitai yellow mine ST list sabsana fulfill to my criteria fulfill to wadi gumba community furbamne moi si chanbiu aina mani pali government do magi state government do na central government thabam sange aduni recommendation harise
Ziliangrong Union and Kabui Mothers Association have drawn the attention of Chief Minister N. Biren to urge Chief Minister of Assam to correct the name curve at the foot of the statue of freedom fighter Rani Gaidiliu installed in the recently inaugurated park Amrit Udyan in Guwahati, which is written as a freedom fighter of Nagaland. Addressing media persons at a press meet held at the office of Ziliangrong Union at Kakulang today, General Secretary of Kabui Mothers Association Ranjita Golmai maintained that it is high time the made-up life stories of freedom fighter Rani Gaidiliu by different sections of people were rectified. stating that she was born in Manipur and her last rites was performed at the home tomb Lungkau village in Tamenglong district. She called for a joint discussion of the civil society organizations of the state on the matter and also drew Chief Minister Anne Biren to look into the same. Ranjita further appealed to the Chief Minister to urge Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma to correct the name carved on the foot of the statue and write it as a freedom fighter of Manipur.
Ngarang nahan Assam ki Chief Minister Sir Hemanta Biswa na ima Rani Gadilu bu Nagaland gi nupini haiduna magi statue gi makha sida Rani Gadilu Nagaland haiduna thar khol ga tobse masi ekoi ek ubada ta wada sukmatik yamna nungaite hairu ima Rani Gadilu se maha pokpasi su ekoi Manipur da poki daga ma leron jan gi badisu ekoi magi ponopam lamdam Longkau hairu khum gi una ekoi kabu ima das kakta da natre sise Miam gi ekoi Manipur miam gi iram dam sit lai house da poglak pi mani gum na ngale bi ima se ekoi lekha tan gum si mayam punna usam minaraga correction to se aduna Manipur da leiraba CSO mayam amadi Manipur gi Chief Minister mahaki council minister mayam na so asigi matang da se correction to na ba sohorjok pi ba haiba se mathau yam na tare ima Rani se amana sanabi amana maming pangton ton bi amana panga haibu to bi se masi obi dana ba laipak asigi mapi mapa oibiri ba Honorable Chief Minister Sir Biren Nasu Assam ki Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa sida pau phawna biraga ima Rani Gadilu gi murti sida Nagaland naiba mingdu lauthoga ekoi gi iramdam asuk ki matik sana laipak ki iramdam gi Manipur haibado thabina ba tubada haibiu haibisoi kabi mothers amadi Jelengrong Union gi secretary leire ekoi Japa gi president leire pullaga press media gi kongse appeal to.
Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Welcome you all to UNACO Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Class 10-12
Welcome back. Even as preparations are underway to observe Mother Teresa's 112th birth anniversary on Friday on a large scale for the first time after 2 years of COVID, members of the faith maintain their wish to have low-key solemn prayer ceremonies that Mother would have wanted. The birth anniversary began with a mass at Mother House around 6 a.m. on Friday, the same one that Mother used to attend with her sisters every morning. Mother Teresa's lifelong dedication to the world's poorest and most vulnerable people inspired countless millions. Today, that is August 26, marks the 112th birth anniversary of the epitome of peace, kindness and happiness, Mother Teresa, also known as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Her extraordinary dedication and sacrifice made her an international icon of humanitarian service, and the love and compassion she offered to the underprivileged of all religions earned her a Nobel Peace Prize in 1979, which she donated fully to the poor. She was an icon of compassionate care for the poor and the disadvantaged. President of Catholic Association of Bengal, CAB, which will be holding an ecumenical prayer service at Mother House in the evening, said they will be holding a multi-denominational prayer service for different churches in Kolkata in a solemn and quiet manner. This year also marks the 25th death anniversary of Mother Teresa. Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw has said the country is ready for launch of 5G services by October this year. He said this while releasing amendment in the Indian Telegraph Right-of-Way Rules 2016 to facilitate faster and easier deployment of telecom infrastructure for faster 5G rollout in India. In his address at the event in New Delhi last evening, the Communications Minister mentioned about 4 basic ingredients for ensuring faster rollout of 5G services across the country, mainly allocation of spectrum, reforms in the processing of ROW permission, cooperative federalism and rollout of services. Spectrum allocation and harmonization has been completed successfully. He said Gati Sakti Sanchar portal was launched by DOT in May this year in line with Prime Minister's vision of development of infrastructure services in an integrated manner. Mr. Vaishnaw said the IT systems of all states and union territories and major infrastructure central ministries such as railways, highways have been integrated with the portal to make India ready for 5G launch. India on Friday recorded 10,256 new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours, according to Union Health Ministry data. The country's active case load dropped below 95,000 mark, that is 90,707 active infections at present. The daily positivity rate stands at 2.43%, while the weekly positivity rate is 3.02%. The country's active case load accounts for 0.20% of India's cumulative cases since the onset of global pandemic. The death toll climbed to 5.27 lakh with 68 fatalities. In the last 24 hours, a total of 13,528 people recovered from COVID, with total recovery so far since the onset of COVID at more than 4,37,70,000. The recovery rate is 98.61%, the Health Ministry stated. Under the COVID vaccination drive, more than 211.13 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered so far. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has directed states and union territories to continue surveillance of incoming international travelers given the rise in daily cases. They have been also asked to continue monitoring influenza-like illness, ILI and SARI cases, undertake constant genome sequencing and step up vaccination. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Second Manipur Olympic Games 2022 kick off with pomp and fanfare. Manipur leading in field of sports by producing medalists, says Governor Laganation. MP King Sanajauba Leshemba cautions all to use flag hoisted by King Bodhachandra in 1947 rightly. Scheduled Track Demand Committee of Manipur resumes start demanding ST status, stages sit-in. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.
Class 10-12 loiraba mahiroi singna Manipur da leina kari tamlaga afaba thabak fangba yabagi haibasi achouba wahang amani. Certified Healthcare Professional ama oiba yabagi khudung chaba leire. SN Institute of Paramedical Sciences and Skill Development da BSc amadi diploma gi course enroll tobiu. Manipur University amadi Paramedical Council of India da affiliated dauraba institute amani. Matik chaba student da job placement gi khudung chaba amadi industry connections pizari. BSc in Medical Laboratory Technology, BSc in Radio Imaging Technology, Diploma in Medical Laboratory Technology, Diploma in Radio Imaging Technology, Diploma in Ophthalmic Technology, Diploma in Physiotherapy. Akupa marol gidamak ngasima call tawbirau, lengshin birau aikhoigi institute, Nongmaibung Purana Raspberry Infalda.
HIV IBC lambi mari khakta da miyo amadagi amada sindui.
HIV positive oiba mama mapadagi machada.
sakangdaba miyoisinga kondom yaudana yuman mari thamba matamda HIV sandoi
mi amaga yatum sirin waiduna sizinabada HIV sandoi
ana layengda ikapa matamda HIV test tobada ikaplabadi HIV sandoi
chang naina amadi niyom chumna kondom sizinabana HIV dagi ngakthokpam
sexual transmitted infection STI
haibadi pinungi laina dagi sunga thokpangami
aduga angang pamdrabadi kondom sijinabiyo
HIV haiba virus asina mipung khudimakta sokhali
masigi namkhai leite chahi lining kanglup natraga nupa nupi angang khaide
masina mi amadagi amada mathang sandokpa ngami
aina dombu sinari HIV test tongnabagidamak aina dombu sinari kondom sijinabagidamak
aina dombu singnari nasabu HIV dai kanjanaba HIV AIDS ki maramda hena kupamorong khangnabagi damak
AIDS toll free number 1097 da phone tobi
English Hindi natraga Manipuri de wari saba yagani
nako AIDS app su download tobiu amadi sijinabiu
Hojik lamdam asida wakal mapum phadriba inkhalakliba naha kaya amadi mayai kaba chinjakta iraknaduna leiri masida tuminna leiduna yengbagi mahutta achumba lambi puraknaba hotnaba mathau tai Hariba center asida mental health disorder amadi drug addiction gi treatment tawjari Adom-adom gi ichainaw singsu mathau tarabadi lingsinbirau adom gi damakta leizare Yaipokpa Rehabilitation and Child Care Center Kwakaitel Akhamlikai
Admission gi khudongchaba leizare India gi manungda maming leiraba institute singda MBBS MD MS BDS tamingba singi damak NEET qualified oiraba satra sing low package tambagi khudongchaba leizare Tami Infotech Hafiz Sapta Minuthong near Traffic Island Store asida CC